run number 27 of 30 of the Monria Craft 500 daily, in which you receive 75 PEC worth of engineering. So you need 500 successes, and basically it can be pretty much any blueprint. So if you're going to make a big run of anything, this is a great place to come and get it. Yeah, we've checked that guy before. He has good gear too. And so basically we've been doing 30 days so that we can get manufacturing methodology. So manufacturing methodology you unlock at level 40 of any item engineering skill. It's the other end of this equipment methodology. Equipment methodology, of course, goes for the subcomponents. What we're attempting to attain it through is this projectile launcher engineering, in which we're at level 39.4 at this point. And so each time we do this, we gain a little bit. Sadly enough, we really are just gaining about 1% per day to 2%. I mean, like, we have 2% days. Hold on. Zapping this guy real quick. Oh, beast scores. Look at that. And beast plate. I like that. This guy's beasting. Well, that'll conclude that. So let me make sure we don't have anything on us. Of course, as always, I'll go over any blueprints we pop. That's a junk blueprint. We don't even care about that. Let me just throw it in here. Make sure we don't have anything in here. Sure we're cleaned out. Okay. So I'll go over the run at the end. I'll also review the statistics. Pretty easy process. We do 300 PED. Come over here. I'm a 45th level mechanical engineer, so I'm fully qualified. This blueprint that we're going to be using is going to be a 100% explosive projectile 2 blueprint. So I'll show you my skills so you're not like, Okay. So engineering, blueprint comp, obviously very high. Mechanics, reasonably high. The rest of the stuff, it's going to be in that zone. Here's my crafty levels. Boom, boom. So it's not like we're going to be crafting on something that we're not qualified to do. All of the information will be right here. This will also be going. I'm going to get rid of my face, of course, so I can have coffee and just sit here and not just be awkward. Anything happens or you have a question, I'm going to be talking. Going to click this. Takes about an hour and 54 minutes, just to be honest with you. We're hoping for globals, HOFs. Those are very unlikely. But we'll also take just a lot of explosive projectile recyclers. Those will make a recovery well. Or just 4 really strong hits can make a recovery happen. Anything like that. So cross your fingers, wish me luck. Let's hope for the best, right? Okay, so that's a basic bearing blueprint. That's not worth anything. I mean, it'll reflect as it's pretending to be worth anything, but it's a deception. And so that's trade terminal trash, actually, to be honest. Hey, how are you doing, Treasure Box? trying to figure out just what all's counted. Okay. Cyclopses, Minotaurs, Centaurs, Mirian, Warriors, okay. So that's not included in it, is what I would bet. Because I feel that they would add that kind of thing into the description. By the way, if any of you didn't know, you can invest in this like this way too. Check this out. You go like that, go to exchange. They have often orders. You can invest directly. Honestly, ancient Greece is not paying out the way I want it to. And I don't understand that because ancient Greece, the concept behind it, like, is really good and stuff. And so, not really getting that. But I have faith. Like, eventually, maybe they make some major modifications, add a couple things. I don't know. For the record, this is not shaping up to be an epic run right here. Like, honestly, we're about to the 1/3 clicky clicks. 17 PED would not put us anywhere near break even if we times that by 3 all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? And we've got a junk blueprint right here. That is not going to rescue us. And so, what we will have to do is hope that some significantly higher value hits happen. A large pile of explosive recyclers. Or at this point, honestly, it would probably take a global almost to recover this. But it won't be down that much, but it could be down 45 PED if it kept along this trajectory. We don't want to be down 45 PED on a 300 PED run. That is freaking, that's more than 10% of it. And for a fully qualified 100% blueprint, being down more than 10% is ridiculous. That is being slaughtered, just to be honest. Hey, thank you very much for that. And so, we don't want slaughtered. Let's cross our fingers. And we'll just hope for the best, because that's about all we can do at this point. And, like, I don't know. Be glad that we're almost done with this 30 runs of this. This stuff is brutal. I support your goal on that big boy electro chip. Getting a high powered anything to where you have unangle seems to be such a big deal. And so that'll be epic for you, honestly. Okay, so right here, this 13, that's a strong strike. That's what I was talking about. Like, technically, if we get 3 or 4 of those, and honestly, it's usually more leaned towards the 4 things like this, 4 strikes like that will actually give you enough overall to often get a full return. Um, a single strike like that, we're gonna be getting our butt kicked. I mean, not as much as we were, but this is still looking massacre-ish. And so, just imagine that our break-even line probably would be about 90 metal residue in a pool. Um, with no good blueprints. And so I'm not saying like the hey, if you don't have 90 metal residue on a 300 ped run, but I'm saying like from what I've seen, if I want to break even on a run, if this is very far below 90 ped in value, I'm probably not going to unless there's explosive projectile recyclers, which have a ridiculously high value. In fact, let's see what the last set sold for. 42,000% markup. I mean, like, which is ridiculously high. And so, those will break us even. Like a big stack of those, 10 of those, boom, we're even. I mean, not instantly. We'd still need to actually do well. But right now, we are looking. See, we're approaching the 50% mark. We'd be about 28 ped down probably if we doubled where we're at right now. I mean, like, zone-ish. Which we don't want. We want to not be that far down. So let's hope for some better hits. So it would be nice to see at least another blueprint appear right here. This is not progressing very fast, so let's check our skill. See if we're getting any of this really. We don't usually actually get a percent of a percent wall in a run. And so, but it is moving along. So we're about a little less than 70 away from the halfway point, click wise. And we're going to definitely have to hope that the back side of this run is much higher. It could be equal and we wouldn't be annihilated, but we would be down in the 20s at least, probably 30 PED maybe. We'll find out. Okay, so there's another reasonable strike in there. We're at 47. If we could match this on the back side of our run with two strong strikes like that, right? We will obviously be pretty, because this is the halfway point, right? Above 90. And that's what I'm talking about. So right now, because of that last strike, our trajectory is that we're on break even, and that we might even would be like 5 PED up or something. Now what would have to happen is we get to 750, which will be the halfway point, and we have a matching backside to this. That's gonna put us strong. I mean that's definitely within the hey full recover. And then if anything did happen, like a batch of blueprints that was actually valuable, not just trade terminal junk, um, we should be in pull ahead. And so I'm not predicting pull ahead for sure. Uh, Now, if all of a sudden we got a 30 strike immediately after we get over that 750 or at all, right now at this point it wouldn't matter, right? Or a global, we would be in pull ahead instantly because we're on that margin right now already. And so that's good to see. 10 left, we'll be at the 50% point. I'll shush for a second, have some coffee. We'll watch this play out, cross our fingers really big time. I think we have a break even, which is interesting because the beginning part of this was not ramping up to look good at all. But the middle section for sure is what's carrying us up here. Okay, we're officially to the back side of the run. So if we can double that, we are definitely break even. So speaking of instant keys, I have instance keys for multiple planets. Um, I don't know if you guys do instances. Oh, I have a robot beacon one. So I also have Arcadia keys. I think I have up to key 3 for Arcadia. And then back here, I have a crap load of Rocktopia keys. I have access to a huge amount of Rocktopia's instances. I also do have a robot beacon stack of blueprints. I just don't do the robot beacons as much as, well, I should do them. Actually, especially now that they have Robot Hunter. Honestly, see, that's the thing that changed a lot in this game when they spread out that stuff and they're like, now you're Robot Hunter, now you're an Animal Hunter and stuff like that. They did have a lot of stuff that goes into them. That's why I didn't make any of them. I just have a stack of them. Like so many other things I don't make. But I should make. Um, I'd be willing to make a stack of those. I'll bet I can get the stuff to do that. We'll have to check what it looks like after I left some of my limited blueprints some on a planet though because of the whole like, hey, I started overflowing on some stuff. But I'm pretty sure I have those on me. Oh, there's another hit. Boom. See, look at that. So we're waiting for one more strong strike, basically. And the whole rest of the thing can just be on average. Oh! Good to know! So, I just saw lion armor the other day for the first time. And I like it. Like, honestly, it's kind of cool little armor. It didn't look bad. And plated, it's really good. Like, you have the right plates on it. I'll bet you with the modified better serpent's plates. See, I'm packing. Where is it? Oh. Serpent's plates. These. But there's a better version. You can upgrade these. And I think lions with those on it would be beast as crap. Oh, that's a really good, that's a pretty good sell actually. That's cool. Okay, so I'll be crafting some robot beacons when I am back on Calypso. That's hilarious. I didn't know that. I was wondering where that came from. So there's a dude that was standing over here and I started scanning people. That lion armor actually looks pretty juggernauty. I mean, it just looks cool. Especially like the helmet part. I like it. I've never had a set, but I did think it was cool when I saw it the other week. How often do they drop? They can't drop very often if you're selling. Oh, that's what I was thinking. Okay. I'm like, if you're selling them for that much, they can't drop very often. Oh, that makes sense. So, yeah, I feel you. So, that's not bad though. You get to hunt a bunch of robots. There's a chance that they drop that. Probably not happening. Like so many of the other things. But, oh, okay. So, but it's doable. You think that's all the way through the codex on those robots? On the beacon? Now I'm gonna have to make those. When this runs over, I will check my blueprint book and I'll see how many I could actually make. We'll find out. It's probably not a ton, because I never specialized in that. So, like, any ones I have are a random pop that I decided to keep. But I do have some, I just don't have a context to how many. Okay, so this is welding wire blueprint. It was valuable long ago. It hasn't been for so long that it's dragged down the decade thing. And so it has a utility. Um, so that's kind of nice. The thing is, if you're really going to use welding wire, you have to have access to a mothership. And so, well, that's not true anymore. So there's a few missions where you do some repairs and stuff like that. But access to good welding tools and a mothership will help you advance your engineering for sure. We'll keep that. I'm going to probably do a welding wire run at one point. That's always not bad. I don't remember what level of metal engineer I am. It's some random level. I do craft that stuff. Yeah, I'm a great engineer for metal. And so, oh, I run mothership repairs still sometimes to visit and social. It's a very chill way to wake up in the morning. Yeah, no, I 100%. And you meet some neat people on the motherships who know a lot about the game, and so it's interesting. That's the good thing about this game is there's just so much stuff that people will be like, oh, at one point, and they're like spent 2 years on a random planet, or they've been on so and so's mothership for so and so amount of time. Like that's some serious, hey, I just spent 2 years on a random planet. I mean, like that's a good game when it has that kind of stay power. And so the social aspect of the motherships is impressive. Yeah, right? So I only have access to one right now. I did have access to a few, but I was absent from the game for a little while, and as we all know, if you're absent from the game for too long, you will lose access to certain things. And so I still need to re-earn pilot access to that mothership so that I can take it out and do a good video on repair runs, to be honest. Uh, yeah, any ship that you're gone for very long, it seems that they remove you from the list. The Cronin's a good ship to be on too. Um, that's one of the really common ones for training people, honestly. Like I know so many people that was their first space experience is either the Cronin or the Variag. And so like I've been on the Variag multiple times and a few of the other ones. I've spent a ton of time on Yoshi ship. That's the one I still have access to right now is the Variag. In which, yeah, it's a very chill place. It's a good place to hang out. Plus, their crew is extraordinarily. They know the game well. Some of them. I mean, like Bass and stuff definitely knows the crap out of it. And so, yeah. Do you still do repair runs at all? Okay, so gearboxes are useful. We're glad to have got them. Overall, you can tell that they're not valuable, though, on a PED per PED value. And so, but we're looking like we're getting full return anyway. And so, as we're approaching the 2/3 mark, let's see what happens here. Because we're at 70. Another third of that would give 35. And so, right there, we'd be at 105. That's definitely going to be a full return if we even got near 105. And so right now, we definitely cannot lose. Um, I would say we definitely are in a position to actually be doing kick butt, to be honest. Even if we only got 15 more pad, I think it covers it. So I don't want to curse this run by predicting out some kind of confident thing. We just passed the 2/3 mark. We're at 70 ped in metal residue. We would solidly be in recover if we got one more strong hit though. We might be in recover without it, but I'm not sure yet. I don't want to be making up crap, you know what I mean? But that looks good. Definitely looks strong as crap right now. I love gunning. Like, honestly, if I had just unlimited cash to just go and just blast away, that's a great way to level. Like, if you could just drop $200-300 a day, I can't do that, but clap to those that can, and that's awesome because I'm gonna tell you what, you'd level up. Plus, you do get some valuable stuff. But yeah, gunning's just insane fun. It just holy crap on the ped card sometimes. You're like, whoa. right about here would be nice to get another strong hit, just for the record. So, um, I mine once in a while. I mine with this though, and I've almost burned it out. I sell them at my store. This is dropping down this far though, and that's I like to use these. So I only mine specifically. Do I have an extra on me? No, I don't. I should carry a spare. I'm gonna make a spare. That one's about to break. So I only mine for like specifically for things for crafting. And once in a while, I'll think that I'm gonna get all cool, and I'll go out and I'll load an amp on, and I'll try to get Dunkel. Okay, we just got full recovery right there. So this last one, remember how I said it takes about 4 of these large strikes to get us at full recovery? We're at recovery. And so now whatever happens, we actually are at this is a profitable run. And so it'll finish out, we'll find out how much we actually make off this run, but for sure this is a good run. Okay, the word profit might be stretchy, but we are plus PED. As the, you know what I mean? That's always good. We say congratulations to that guy. We're kicking butt on our own, but good for him getting a little global thing. Boom. Okay, so we're at the final 50. At this point, for sure, I'm going to say we're in profit. We're probably about a little over 10 pet up. Maybe not. Yeah, I'd say 10 pet up. And so, we'll be finding out soon. Excited about that. This is definitely a better run than the other day. We kind of got beat on. Uh, this is definitely positive. That's good. And so it is that we really do have to have about 4 of those strong strikes to make the full recovery. You see what I mean? And so, I mean, 3 to 4. If we would have had 3 like that, probably would have This amounted to about the same. And so, does look like we've got this though. I haven't checked how much we have in explosive projectiles, but there's usually a pretty level amount of those in recovery, to be honest. That doesn't seem to have as big a variable. If you have a strong kit, it mostly goes into the metal residue. And so that does make it a little easier to watch. Oh, yeah, I was. That was a good experience too. Parts of it. But yes. Let's see. We're about to be man, can you imagine if we get a global in this end run? For sure we're there though. Let's see. 18 left. These clickies take a little bit when you're just sitting there watching away the last little bit. If there was a speed hat for clickies, I would wear it. Like, I know there's one for everything else, you know, but not for clickies. And so, but can you imagine if there was a you craft 20% faster hat? That would be so valuable. Like this game. People would just rent it, honestly. I would rent it. And if it was 50% faster, freaking thing would be valuable. Like, super valuable. There would be a high utility out of it, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah, I wouldn't know whether to keep it or to auction it off, honestly. That's the whole problem with some of those things. There's a few things that I had no business keeping for a long time. I should have auctioned them, but I was like, oh, now I want this so bad. And boom. Okay, so we are done. Watch this. Oh, we pulled way more ahead than I thought. So I guess we're a little bit better off than I would have guessed. So they're putting us at 330. We're not counting any of this blueprint crap. Let's find out what we actually are. Oh, I want to scan this person. Bobby, what are you wearing? Elder stuff, fire dagger. Well, that fire dagger will jack somebody up. Don't get hit by that. Okay, good to know. Okay, boom. Oh, yeah. So we're at 30. Let me get this written down. 30.99. And so that was a full recovery, and we gained 10%. And so 10% up is insanely uh, good. Like, honestly, if I was consistently gaining 10% up, we would just sit here running runs all day. I would never switch off of this. Because why would you, right? At that point, like if you're just sitting there making even a marginal amount. And so, oh yeah, I'm headed off. We're collecting our thing, finding out how much we get. Boom. We got 2%. And so we had a profitable run and we gained 2%. That is pimp. I hope you all have a great day. Peace, very best wishes. And I'll see you tomorrow.